In just minutes now, we will be one step closer to sending humans to space from Florida's coast. You are taking a look at the Boeing Starliner spacecraft that'll launch from Cape Canaveral. Right now, it's still sitting there, but we're at T-minus
32 seconds before we look at liftoff. Let's take a look, too, at where the aircraft obviously will be going to suborbit. But look at this trajectory here this morning. It's going to be taking off, of course, from Cape Canaveral in about 19 seconds and going up essentially almost the East Coast. People as far away as Maryland might be able to see that launch if the skies are clear. We're hoping for some scary.
This is a very cool visibility map. So from Florida's Space Coast all the way up to Maryland, they should be able to step outside and take a look.
All right, let's take a live look at that launch right now to see how things are going. Now, this is the Starliner capsule that's on top of that Atlas V rocket. It's going to be going up into suborbit and then not into orbit because they're practicing right now. Let's take a look.
Liftoff. Release. Engine at full thrust. We've cleared the tower. Now 10 seconds into flight. Vehicle's begun the pitch over program. Body rate responses look good. Now 15 seconds in. PU's gone to closed loop control. RD-180 looks good at full thrust. Seeing good chamber pressure on both SRBs. Now 26 seconds into flight.
Okay, there's some cargo on board and also a mannequin called Rosie the Riveter. That has a lot of sensors on her, testing some G-forces. And Garrett, folks, if they step outside right now here in Jacksonville, they might be able to see this rocket.
Yeah, starting out about 60 seconds post-launch, we're going to be seeing that as south, the far south is St. Augustine. I've got our First Alert Skycam on that as well, looking for that. We'll bring that in and record it, see if we see that. This could be one of those mornings where you see that bright exhaust plume here with the sunrise beginning to come up with some rays. So it's going to be a pretty cool view here if we see it here. There are some clouds closer to the coast, but right now you can see that Atlas V rocket soaring into the sky, going off to the northeast, heading off over the Atlantic waters.
So right now, again, this is a test flight. There are no humans on board, but the goal here is to ensure that Boeing can, in fact, produce a safe product, can get humans to the ISS, and eventually
to the moon and possibly Mars. Now,
and then Mars.
Possibly next year we might see some humans on board going to the ISS for Boeing here. And this is really a redemption flight, too, for Boeing because we know about the MAX 7 airplanes, the two that crashed. The stock has been, under pressure, and so has the company. So a successful flight. So it's looking good this morning as that Starliner heads towards the ISS.
And they are celebrating that test flight. We want you to keep watching. We're streaming this on the Action News Jax Facebook page. Keep it right here.